Good morning and welcome back to Seoul, South Korea. If you guys have been part of our community for a while, you guys know that Tyler and I spent pretty much the entire month of May here in South Korea last year on our world trip. So we are super excited to be back this year at the very beginning of April to see the incredible cherry blossom season. The cherry blossom season in South Korea typically lasts from the end of March to the very beginning of April. Ranging from pure white petals to a dark pink, you can find cherry blossoms throughout all of Korea, and they're referred to as 벚꽃. In addition to the many cherry blossom festivals, you can also find plenty of other flowers blooming at the same time throughout the entire country. Now, although Tyler isn't here with me in Korea yet, I have been lucky enough to catch the cherry blossom season in full bloom here in Seoul, and I thought that I would show you guys some of the best spots to experience them because sometimes things in Korea can be a little tricky to find online. Because I'm staying with family here in Suwon, which is pretty much a suburb of Seoul, I'm gonna spend today showing you guys some of the more hidden gems and areas to see the cherry blossoms and then head into Seoul tomorrow. The first spot I'm actually going to show you guys is right next to the E-Mart here. It's about 5 blocks from the Sujiro subway station. And the reason I'm showing you guys this spot is because, one, there's a beautiful creek that runs right next to it, and the cherry blossoms just line the entire creek. And two, right across the creek is an incredible, what they call a flower road, where the cherry blossoms just line the entire street. It's definitely one of the more peaceful and quiet spots you can come to enjoy the cherry blossoms. And so if you're able to make it out here, I highly recommend. And just a few blocks down the street, there's actually a really beautiful park also that has some really great cherry blossom spots. They have some picnic areas. If you want to just come have like a picnic for the day or just come chill out, that's a great spot to go also. And if you really want to go even further, you'll make it to one of my ultimate favorite cherry blossom spots on this entire list, which just happens to be another flower road. Because this isn't a residential area, you won't find any crowds, and it's the perfect spot to go if you want to enjoy some of the cherry blossoms completely to yourself. Stop number 3 is Gwangyo Reservoir. It's definitely the busiest stop we've been to today. There's tons of people, the sidewalks are absolutely full, the traffic is completely stopped, but there's a lake here and it's absolutely beautiful. The cherry blossoms are a lot more pink than where we were earlier today, and definitely recommend to stop here if you're looking to see some of the cherry blossoms. Or even if you just want to try some of the locally roasted corn.
It's a roasted corn, different from American corn, I think.
And regardless of whether or not you choose to try the corn, because there's a boardwalk along the lake, this spot is perfect if you're looking for a nice stroll, especially at sunset. After taking the subway here into Seoul, the first stop of the day is Sokchon Lake. Now, although it's super busy because it's right next to Lotte Mall and Lotte Tower and Lotte World, they've made it super easy to walk around because there's a giant boardwalk around the entire lake.
Huh?
B?
비 있어, 못 봤어.
And after exploring this area for a little bit, we're gonna make our way to stop number 2 of the day. And I have my helper here today.
Yes, I'm your helper.
Do you want lunch?
Yeah, I'm hungry. Food first, let's do the food first.
엄마 이제 행복해?
Yes, I'm hungry.
After a very quick stop for lunch, we made our way to our second cherry blossom stop for the day, which is the Seoul Forest Park. Unfortunately, the cherry blossom season in Korea is super short and most of the trees have already lost their petals, so they're not as pink as they would typically be, but the entire park is surrounded by the cherry blossom trees, and I can imagine how beautiful it would be had we visited a few days earlier. This is the perfect spot to come for a picnic. There's tons of people just hanging out. They have lots of seating here. And with that, we're gonna head to our last stop for the day. Do you like it?
Yeah, it's cool. Come in. I can see you here.
Our very last stop for our cherry blossom adventures is Yoido, which is an island that's located right along the banks of the Han River. Unfortunately, we're a little late for this spot too. Most of the cherry blossoms that line the park have kind of lost all their petals. They're still a little pink, but mostly green. So if you're coming and you are a little bit ahead of the cherry blossom season, I recommend the spots that we visited in Seoul. But if you're a little late like us, then Suwon is a lot better for cherry blossom viewing. Before we sign off, I wanted to at least mention a few other spots that we didn't really get the chance to explore because we are at the very end of cherry blossom season. One is Namsan Park. So they have the tower there. If you're looking to head out for the day, that's a great spot to go. Lots of picnic areas also. And for our very last recommendation, I'm gonna give you guys Nami Island, which is like a full day trip from Seoul, but we're heading there in a few days, so make sure to subscribe so you can see that video, and we'll see you guys on the next adventure. Thanks for watching. Bye.
just stay. 머리가 속에 들어갔어.